Good day, listeners, and those of you that are watching me on this YouTube channel with Health Talks brought to you by RCCG Lagos Province 40. I am Dr. Odunayo Talabi. I'm a public health and family physician. So what do we want to talk about today? I want us to look at something quite simple but common, and that is our attitude to ailments and prescription medications. So I'm going to touch on some of those things and how we can change them to avoid complications. So I'll start with this common one. I often hear people say that I don't take my drug regularly because I know when to take it. And how do you know that? Because I feel it when the blood pressure or the blood sugar, for instance, is high. Now, that is not too good because the goal is that you should not feel it. The point at which you feel it is the point at which the level is high enough to have effects on the organs. Therefore, you're feeling it means that you are allowing the condition to have effects on your organs. And sometimes those effects can deteriorate quickly and suddenly. Therefore, keep taking your drug. Either you feel it or you don't. There's another one I want to mention, which is that I don't want to take this drug because it gives me side effects. And some drugs are notorious for that, especially when we talk of BP drugs. You know, some of them can give you headaches, some can give dry cough and all that. But it is not enough reason to stop taking them. If you take any of those drugs and you experience any form of side effects, the thing to do is to revert back to your physician, who will review those drugs and possibly change them, because there are many other alternatives that can be given to you that would achieve the same purpose, the same therapeutic effect, without giving you the side effects that you experienced with the last one. And another thing that is common, or that is commonly said, is that I'm tired of taking these drugs. It's not easy to take drugs for so long, and I'm afraid that because I've taken it for so long, I could start having side effects. Now, drugs that are taken for chronic ailments are designed and manufactured such that you can take them for a long time. Once your body is already used to them without experiencing any major side effect. At any rate, the side effects the drug is going to give you, or that the drugs are going to give you, cannot be compared to likely complications. For instance, we know that uncontrolled blood pressure can lead to stroke, can lead to heart failure, can even lead to blindness. Therefore, the inconvenience of taking medication cannot be compared to the inconvenience of complications. And I pray none of those complications will be our own portion in Jesus' name. Lastly, I want to mention another thing that is commonly said, that I checked my BP because most of us now have devices at home to check BP, to check blood sugar, or even cholesterol. I checked it and it's normal. And because of that, I stopped taking my medication. Now, the danger in that is that when it goes back up again, you may not know. You may not know. And you should know that if they check blood pressure of someone who is hypertensive and is on medications, and it reads 120/80, and they check that of someone who hasn't been diagnosed of hypertension, and it reads 120/80, they are not the same. Those two blood pressures are not the same. The 120/80 of the individual who has high blood pressure and is on medications is higher than the 120/80 of the other person. Therefore, you cannot rely on your own measurement to stop taking your medications. The rule is to go back to your physician and discuss on whether you can stop the medication or not. At any rate, the best way to control most chronic ailments is to be regular on your medication. So your doctor will decide to reduce the dose, see what happens, further reduce it, see what happens, and reduce it even further until you may have to take just the minimal dosage or not at all. And then either the BP or the blood sugar be controlled. So let's summarize this. Do not stop your medication because you don't feel the symptoms. Do not stop because you feel you are taking them for too long. Do not stop because of side effects without reverting back to your physician. And do not stop because you think that it's already controlled and you do not need to take medications again. We'll stop here, and the next time we'll discuss something else that is common yet very